Welcome to probably the most bizarre video that I've made on this channel to this day. And I mean, judging by the title, yeah, you probably know. I've got a CRT TV now, my first CRT TV actually, and I thought I'd share my experience with it for the people at home looking to get into CRT gaming, or people that are huge fans of retro games, or even just people who are curious or like my content. It's been over a week, I can upload something just to talk to you guys. But yes, today I'm going to be talking about my experience with getting the CRT set, my thoughts on it, and whether it's a good thing to get if you like retro games. Now, all of this started when I thought of expanding my PS1 to PS2 collection, mainly for Crash Bandicoot. My experience with the Bandicoot started on the Xbox, and I hadn't played the PS1 classics outside of digital download on the PSP. So naturally I started to look for a PS2, which wasn't too hard to find to be honest. My brother had a spare one lying about. But how would I play it? Well, backstory time. I got a GameCube last year to ease my lockdown boredom, which is actually what started my love for revisiting nostalgia, which is why I started making videos. And can we stop and appreciate my first ever half-serious video for a minute? Listen to the voice.
In addition to this, I'm recording gameplay through a composite cable opposed to HDMI. While HDMI is the far superior choice for high definition gameplay, the GameCube only has an analog output port. This may leave the gameplay a bit blurry, so I apologise in advance for any low quality gameplay.
That's the voice of someone whose parents are sleeping in the room over. But what I do say there is correct. I was recording the gameplay using an Elgato with a composite to HDMI upscaler, on a dogshit portable small TV that only supported HDMI. Not only did this make recording painful, but meant I had to get a spaghetti mess of cables lying about just to play the thing. I'm well aware that HDMI GameCube adapters are a thing, but when some of them are known to brick systems and others cost more than the system itself, yeah, no thanks. So the solution was obvious. It was to get a CRT. But let me give you some variables first. 1, I don't drive, so picking up a CRT is near impossible by myself. 2, these things weigh more than a fridge and are a pain in the ass to move. 3, they're hard to find at a reasonable price and in reasonable condition. And 4, I wasn't going to get a CRT just for the GameCube. So basically, yeah, I settled for a HDMI upscaler. Until now. If I was to get a huge PS1 and PS2 collection, I wasn't going to upscale the PS2, and didn't want to live with loads of cables or a poor image quality. If I was going to commit money and time to build a solid library of games for the GameCube and PS2, you can bet your liver that I wanted to have a good way to play them. So that's exactly what I did. I went on eBay and looked for a CRT on sale near me, and turns out that a very polite and friendly video game collector in my area was selling his CRT to get a smaller one that's more suitable for LANs. So I shot him a text and went to pick it up. Then yeah, took a while to get it moving upstairs because these things weigh about as much as mountains, but with some help from my stepdad I managed to get it upstairs and set up, and yeah, it's amazing. I've tested the Game Boy player on it, and while I can't screen record any gameplay from the CRT, I can give you this low quality video of what it looks like, and suffice to say it looks incredible. Now, would I recommend you buy a CRT to enjoy retro games? Well, simply put, if you're an avid fan of these older games like myself, then I'd pick one up while you can. These older consoles are becoming increasingly harder to find, and that extends to the TV sets that you use to play them. I'm lucky to have found this, and honestly, people used to and still do throw these things out all the time, as modern TVs naturally look better, are more compatible with modern devices, and are much easier to use. These consoles were made to run on these monsters. Moving them can be really hard though. There are countless stories of people blowing their backs out, breaking toes and fingers and so on trying to move these things. Simply put, there's no way that I could have moved this by myself. Again though, if you only have one older console and not really a collection, and you just want to play games for nostalgia in a one-time ordeal, then I wouldn't bother with the CRT. Just get a composite to HDMI upscaler and live with it. But not only do I intend to get a solid PS1 and PS2 library, I want to go further back to consoles like the SNES, N64, maybe even some Sega systems down the line, but I've heard those can get expensive. What I'm trying to say is that if you plan on having a huge library of games from the 90s to early 2000s, I'd invest in a CRT while you still can, or at least try and look for one for free. If you can find one, and have a classic games collection and are an active classic game enthusiast, then I highly recommend you get one. But if not, then maybe just enjoy your titles through emulation or an upscaler. There can be a bit of input delay with upscalers and adapters, but as you can see with the CRT, no input delay at all. It's 100Hz too. There's no scan lines, which isn't a problem for me, but you can get CRTs with scan lines anyway if you like that look. And I've heard that composite doesn't give the best image, but the camera doesn't do it justice to me. The image looks fine. Anyway, that's all for now. Thank you for listening to my short discussion on CRT TVs and gaming. I normally do review style content, but if you like this and would want to see more, then let me know down below. Twitter, Instagram, Discord and the likes will be in the description as always, and be sure to subscribe to support the channel. My name is Flynny, and this has been a discussion video on CRTs and retro gaming. Thank you for watching and take care.